Good morning, grade 9, Tuesday, civics class, 4th of August. Learning outcomes for today's class will be discuss the key features of the Indian Constitution. This you all would be able to discuss towards the end of this lesson and explain the philosophy of the Constitution, apprehend the institutional design, and you all will be able to assess the need for amendments in the Constitution. Values that inspired and guided the freedom struggle and were in turn nurtured by it form the foundation for India's democracy. These values are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. They guide all the articles of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution begins with a short statement of its basic values. This is called the preamble to the Constitution. Taking inspiration from American model, most countries in the contemporary world have chosen to begin their constitution with a preamble. Here is the preamble to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa and preamble to the Constitution of India. The preamble of the Constitution reads like a poem on democracy. If we talk about India's preamble to the Constitution, it contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of government to find out whether it is good or bad. So it is the soul of the Indian Constitution. Let us read the preamble of our Constitution very carefully and understand the meaning of each of its keywords. The very first one is "We the people of India." The Constitution has been drawn up and enacted by the people through their representatives and not handed down to them by a king or any outside powers. Our next keyword is sovereign. People have supreme right to make decisions on internal as well as external matters. No external power can dictate the government of India. What do you understand by socialist? Wealth is generated socially and should be shared equally by society. Government should regulate the ownership of land and industry to reduce socio-economic inequalities. The next keyword of the preamble is secular. Citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Government treats all religious beliefs and practices with equal respect. The next key feature is democratic, a form of government where people enjoy equal political rights, elect their rulers, and hold them accountable. The government is run according to some basic rules. Republic. The head of the state is an elected person and not a hereditary position because we do not have a monarch as a head of the country. The next key feature is, or the key word is, justice. Citizens cannot be discriminated on the grounds of caste, religion and gender. Social inequalities have to be reduced. Government should work for the welfare of all, especially of the disadvantaged groups. Liberty. There is no unreasonable restrictions on the citizens in what they think, how they wish to express their thoughts, and the way they wish to follow up their thoughts in action. We all are free in our country to do this. Equality. All are equal before the law. The traditional social inequalities have to be ended. The government should ensure equal opportunity for all. Last but not the least feature, that is fraternity. All of us should behave as if we are members of the same family. No one should treat a fellow citizen as inferior. Now let us understand what is institutional design. A constitution is not merely a statement of values and philosophy. As we noted above, a constitution is mainly about embodying these values into institutional arrangements. Much of the document called Constitution of India is about these arrangements. It is a very long and detailed document. Therefore, it needs to be amended quite regularly to keep it updated. Amendment means change. Those who crafted the Indian Constitution felt that it has to be in accordance with people's aspirations and changes in society. They did not see it as a sacred, static and unalterable law. So they made provisions to incorporate changes from time to time. These changes are called constitutional amendments. The Constitution describes the institutional arrangements in a very legal language. If you read the Constitution for the first time, it can be quite difficult to understand. Yet the basic institutional design is not very difficult to understand. Like any constitution, the Indian Constitution lays down a procedure for choosing persons to govern the country. It defines who will have how much power to take which decisions, and it puts limit to what the government can do by providing some rights to the citizens that cannot be violated. This is the mind map for the salient features of the Indian Constitution or values of the Indian Constitution. Here all the points of the salient features are not covered, but this sort of mind map you can make to learn them quickly. One thing more, if you always have to remember that whenever the question comes to explain the salient features of the Indian Constitution, that time you need to explain each and every point properly. If you are only writing equality, fraternity, sovereignty, then you are only getting half mark, okay, for each point. So remember this thing always. I have given you two questions and you are supposed to write the question answers in your notebook. Along with that, I have given you one portfolio activity which you will be doing it on an A4 size colorful paper, and you are taking the picture, keeping it in your e-portfolio, so whenever it will be asked, your work is always there ready to send across to us. Next, below that is been given that compare the preambles. This you only have to compare and do it in the rough notebook. No need to do it in the classwork notebook. For today, till here only children. Thank you.